Hi. Good morning again. Well, today's another pretty day. This is Mary. I have a makeup and fashion channel. I'm glad you tuned in. So, what happened yesterday was I used this Peachy, this beautiful eyeshadow palette from the Peachy Queen. It is called Summer Blum. It is so beautiful. Let me show you the colors. They are just so pretty, and some of them are really shimmery and foil. Very nice. So, yesterday I used the colors that were white and green because I don't have very many videos with the white and the green for eyeshadow. So I thought, wow, this palette deserves another color. So today I'm going to work on the white with the peach color and the brown as my liner. And I thought that would be so pretty. So let's see how that does. Already before I started my video, this is what I did for getting my face ready. I put on my primer, and I love this primer by Too Faced. And what happens when I put it on, it's really light. I use like a little dime size, and it's a very light primer. When you put it on, you don't even really feel it. So after that dried, I'm back again with my Hello Happy foundation, and this is from Benefit. And then I got the matching Boing concealer, which is nice and light. I really like this concealer. They only had 3 colors, so I picked the number 2, and I'm lucky. It's a little lighter than my color that I would usually wear, but I found it really comes out nicer in my pictures to wear a little lighter color on my foundation. I don't know if any of you have found that, but that's what I found when I put it on. My pictures came out a little bit, I would say, more vibrant, more alive. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with a little bit of white in the inner corner. So I primed my face, and I put my foundation on. After that, I use the concealer, and then I do my brows with the Kylie eyebrow palette. I really like it. It has a nice pomade that has a nice warm color, because when you do a pomade with the taupey colors, a lot of times they make them in the cooler tones, and it doesn't quite match with the foundation and everything else being a warm tone. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with this brush. It's pretty flat brush, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply my eyeshadow. Belle, Belle, come here. Belle, come here. Belle, come here, Belle. Shh. Belle, stop. Belle, Belle. Can you help me, Mariah? Just call her. Okay, so I've been trying to do my video all morning. I started at 10:30 or 11, and now it's getting close to 1.
Okay, they both need to be inside then. So she's just gonna go after Luke.
One thing after another, you know how it is when you try to do a video?
He's over there sunbathing.
Okay, so we got my coral color on. Thank you. Got my coral color on, just like that. And you know, it has a little bit of orange in it. So to remedy that and cool it down a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this golden color here, because I have an idea of what color peach I want on this. Just going to add a little bit. Oh yeah, that's better. Much better. See how nice that stands out when I add this one with a little shimmer to it, and it's a little toned down, so it tones down the brassiness of the orange to make it more of a nicer color for the eyeshadow. It's really pretty though. I really like it. It's a beautiful standalone color. You can use it. It's really nice. Okay, now I have to use a different palette for a transition color. So yesterday what I found, it was so interesting, was I went into my Tarte bronzers. I had this one on, my main transition, and then this lighter color on right at the crease. But I think I'm just going to use this one today. And the reason is I'm going for those coral tones. Let's see how it works. I'm just going to use a brush that's, let's see, I think I always end up using a brush that is too round, and I always end up needing a brush that is more flat. The reason being is I can dictate where it goes a little better when the brush is flat. And this is a beautiful flat brush. Oh, okay. So I'm picking up this color right here, see? Isn't that pretty? And it's gonna go with the coral I'm using. So let's go ahead and start at the crease and just lightly drop that down there. It looks really pretty. Really nice. Okay, really good, like that. Very pretty, right? Okay, now let's go on the left side and do the crease over here. Just putting the color in right at the crease. Just having it go in nice at the crease like that. Just like that. Okay, now, if I were to take this up higher, I think it would look too orangey as a finished look. So, I am gonna go back to my color that of the bronzer that's a little darker, because I think this will give me a little bit of a more natural look with a flat brush like this. And let's see how it works, because I want this to be a look that's not a look that you could wear to work, to office, and not have it look like you're made up to go out to a club or something like that. So I want it to be more of a natural look that you could wear out, and it would remain pretty all day and look pretty all day. So I think that's really pretty. Okay, now let's go over to the left side and just put some of the darker color right here. Looks so pretty. It is so pretty. I just love the way it's coming out. All right, just like that. Coming out so nice. All right, now to have this all congeal, I think what I'm going to do next, what do you think? We have to do the lower lash with something. Let's look at our palette real quick here. I was thinking I would use maybe the greenish color for the lower, but I think I'm going to stick with the color tone that I am using. And go back into the coral with a flat brush, and let's do the lower lash with the coral color and see if that comes out okay. Yeah, that gives it a little more, how do you say, it's more cohesive. It looks all, like I say, we just want to have this be an everyday look, something you could wear out. And the color I'm going to use for the liner is going to be a brown, so I think that'll look nice. Can you see me just loading it on the lower lash here? It's a really nice color. And then if I want to beef it up a little bit, I'm just going to add a little bit more of the coral that has a little bit of luminosity to it. This one right here, plus this one. We're getting a nice color out of that, really pretty. Okay, now, two things we have to do. One is I have to do the inner lid, inner part of my lower lid with the white, and I want to do some white on the top right underneath my lashes. Let's do the lower lid first, and for this, I'm just using this little spongy apparatus. Kind of like when you do this, you have to pinpoint where you want it, and this little spongy apparatus does that for me just perfectly. Okay, right there and up there. I'm going up a little higher. Let's see. Sometimes you have to work with the shade and just move it around a little bit. So see how we're doing? So far, so good. I have a little bit of fallout, but not much. Right here, just a little bit. Now, let's do right below the brow with a white color and see how this comes out a little bit. This is one of my flat white colors that I got in my Made for Macy's palette, Color Riot. I always love a palette that gives me a white color. Okay, now this is going to go right underneath the brow, right here underneath the brow. See how nice that does? And then I'm going to take a round brush and we're going to make it all blend a little bit better so that one doesn't stand out and look kind of awkward. But there we go. There's white right underneath here and underneath here on the left side. Okay. I'm going to just move this and blend this a little bit. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, now that we got the eyeshadow on like that. Okay. So how does that look? That looks pretty good for a start, right? I know when I finish it off with the blush and the bronzer, it's gonna all look pretty good, all congeal. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the camera, I'm going to put my lashes on, and I'll be right back as soon as I have them on. Okay, well I'm back. So what I did off camera was I put my eyelashes on and I did my eyeliner with the brown liquid liner, and I wanted to have another coral color on top of it to accentuate the line. So I found this in my Profusion palette, this nice orangey color with a nice brilliance to it. So I put that on, which made this whole coral look kind of pop. And for now, since I do have out my Tarte blush, I'm going to go ahead and use some of this blush right here. We're going to go in and put the blush right here so that it's all going to kind of match up and look good for the color palette. And then I'm going to go in with my angled brush and use the darker brown for the bronzer, just like this. And you're going to see it's going to just kind of illuminate the whole look and the face. It's going to all congeal. Get a little more bronzer right there. See how that does right there. Okay. And for the highlighter color, I've got this Master Prime, and it's a little bit of gold to it. So let's try just dabbing a tiny bit of this on this little brush. We'll place it right there. That is so pretty. The Master Prime does give it a great color. Do a little on my chin, just like that. You can see it on the cheeks. And I just want to go ahead and put a little more color for my cheek right there and right over here. How's that? Okay. All right then. Okay, so I have a plan for my lipstick. Okay, I'm gonna use this color on the center of my lip. Okay, and on the outer edge of my lip, I'm going to use this. Similar to a lip liner. Okay, so that will complete my Peachy Queen look. That will complete it. And how did you like it? I used the coral, a little bit of coral in the cheeks, the lipstick to match the eye. So I think all in all, this Peachy Queen palette has been really good for me. I've loved the colors. It works brilliantly. It's called Summer Bloom. So that ends my video. I hope you liked it. Come back and watch another.